A fella, he wanted to just go into the church. I guess it's the Catholic Church and hug people. Good morning, everyone. I hope this morning finds you well. I come to bring about a bit of morning cheer. uh, yeah. I was just thinking, one should think at least 3 times a day, right? Deeply preferentially, you want to think of things that have deeper meanings, or things that are grave importance to you, things that might advance you in a multitude of ways, whether it be your pockets, your consciousness, your health, the love in your life. When you imagine that maybe for most folks, I guess they say some folks just wake up to be depressed, and you might, if you I guess I guess that could be considered correct, or to someone, because everybody has an individual truth. But I nevertheless, that's not what I'm on this morning. I guess it is kind of what I'm on, but you know, I'm gonna start here. Let me mute this. I'm gonna start here. Uh, now, yes, but it has been a week. Well, no, it hasn't been a week, or has it been a week? But the president, the former president Donald Trump, had, they labeled it an assassination attempt. You know, uh, they say that, well, but about them, what they said, that people were injured and one person died, a firefighter died, and Donald Trump, he got his ear nicked by a stray. I guess not. Well, yeah, he got his ear nicked. A bullet grazed his ear. Now, immediately after this had happened, now it was hard not to notice this, because previous to this assassination attempt, uh, the two parties seem to have an extremely acrimonious and combative type of relationship, and I mean, it's, for the most part, I'm talking to African American, Black folks, uh, people of color, uh, Negro and nigger folks like myself. I proudly identify as nigger, because some of the things I've witnessed the African American do, the Black person do, and the Negro, the people of color, I'm a person of color. Those Black people are especially interesting. But I mean, I still have to acknowledge the fact that we all share melanin, and I guess in the world family. But I still make sure I make distinctions underneath the banner of my kind, my kind of person, my kind of people, my people, the people I relate to the most, people I have the most. What when I also say, when you kind, you say kinship. That's KIN. You know how these things break down words like beat. Never mind. Kind, my type of people I associate with, people I can, uh, if I go over this group of people and they're having a type of discussion, or they're doing some type of activity, I can relate to that activity, because that's an activity that my kind of people do. That's the type of talk that my people talk. So yeah, them people came out, the Democratic Party, I imagine they took to the diplomatic lead, and they said, now is not the time. Now we have to learn how to be able to have differences of opinion without so much acrimony and anger, and because it's a toxic, it's a toxic political environment right now, and it shouldn't have to be that way. Uh, this guy, he almost got killed. You know what I mean? And then you have all the folks that they said, well, this was staged. This I don't know what it was, but for it to happen, and then for I guess since they got the gun person, the alleged teenage gun person that was killed, and you have this other man that was killed. Um, I'm not gonna play Alex Jones with it, but that's not even what this is about. This is about the fact how they said it. Uh, After this has happened, no matter how you feel about Biden, no matter how you feel about Trump, we can't be going back and forth in such a hateful and venomous way. And for most of the time, that happens in the internet space. And that's pretty much fueled by some of the mainstream media outlets, whether it be a YouTube, very popular YouTube channel, because those are also mainstream media channels or platforms, and whether it be MSNBC or Fox News or I guess once upon a time I thought that CNN was a bridge between the two, but that's not what we're talking about either. So it's like that's what they said. Chill out, y'all. Chill out. So the announcement comes that Biden is dropping out. So it's like it's time for if Biden's dropping out, we have to figure out who's going to be next. Biden nominates Kamala Harris. Um, some of us have done a lot of research about Kamala Harris, and I'm not here to talk about Kamala Harris' record. I'm here to talk about the reaction of the African American, the blacks, the people of the colors. Even the the good continental black folks. Uh, that I guess y'all don't really have no strong. Well, I guess you might have an interest in the dog in the presidential fight, U.S. presidential fight, but not as a uh, uh, more crucial uh, dog fight than the nigga American does with with the I guess yeah, you can say it like this without having to say the white power structure, the American government. The American government, yes, when we were here, when the American government here was here, whether it was um, from the bloodline of those who were brought over by ship, or whether it be amongst the bloodline of those natives, in which sometimes the African American, well, not even African, the African American at that point, because they've been brought to America by way of Africa. So what they would do is they would associate with indigenous natives, and those indigenous natives would, you know, I guess from my perspective, I guess you could say in some degree, because they had to have some type of tint to their skin to distinguish them between, the pioneers. But I'm getting too off of what I'm talking about, man. I sat here and I thought about it, because when they announced Kamala Harris, and some of us don't like Kamala Harris. I do not like Kamala Harris. Um, I don't identify. Kamala Harris does not appear to be my kind. Kamala Harris might have went to an HBCU. I went to an HBCU. I've seen all types of people that went to HBCU. Kamala Harris is in a black um social organization, I guess, that in order to keep it as nebulous as possible. So these are the associative things. She went to a black college, and she was in a black organization. These are the associated things with blackness for Miss Harris. I mean, of course, she'd add on that she listens to some rap music, but that's fine too. You can believe however you want to believe, and love on Kamala or dislike Kamala Harris as much as you like, and that's pretty much kind of like the point. I'm attempting to make. Um, just like if you know that there is a person that you know, and you may and I think I made the point. I said you may have known that person for damn near 20, 30 years of your life, and it comes down to the point where they say that they don't like your preferred candidate. Uh, and even if it's the fact that they don't like your preferred candidate, they may not like the other candidate as well. But even if they do like the other candidate, which is Donald Trump, I don't have any confidence in what they got going on, the preserving of the democracy, because you ask the typical African American black person, what is the democracy and what is the democracy mean to you, and the way you have been living in those that share your maybe not so much your genetics or racial caste, uh so your social status, um in comparison to those that are not that are not like you. Let me stick to it them all. But I can't. What I'm saying is here you'll have whether it be a light story from a newspaper or whatever, not newspaper no more. You might read a story. Somebody may share a link or something on their social media. Or you might see something on MSNBC and you bring it on to online, or see it on YouTube, we bring it online, argue about whoopty whoopty bland. Uh, there for black folks, because what I seen, and it really is the point comes down to it. It was a point about Kamala Harris. Now Kamala Harris, um, she ran for president in 20, I guess, for the 2020 election. She was unsuccessful, so she acquiesced. And even though she had said some pretty you know, um, staunch uh accusations, made some pretty staunch accusations against Joe Biden, nevertheless, she took the job from Joe Biden. She accepted the position from Joe Biden. So at that point, it's like, okay, well, you know, the Democratic Party, of course, they had it. They're associated, the most associated party with black folks, and that's, I guess, the way it's been since the civil rights era. So when it comes down, even at so you say, like, you take them from the '60s, well, maybe the late '60s, we go from the '70s on up until today. I understand that we're all citizens, and I guess we want to believe that that we had to be written into the documentation to be citizens. And they say that uh, the good Democrat folks say that Project 2025 is just so something that I guess they told some black folks to tell us that we should be most specifically in fear of this 2025 thing. And I'm in my mind, I'm like saying, man, um, and it's gonna be cold. Let me go on and say it. I've never in my life needed um another white person to tell me what uh white person that I should be fretful of, or have apprehension, or feel as if they're not in my best interest, even if it's by way of however they come, whether it was racism or just uh evil, hateful heartedness, because that's something in which I guess maybe from my background, that's something that was just socialized and bred into me, whatever. And I grew up around white people. Some of y'all didn't grow up around white. So I guess for them, they have to craft a certain type of a caricature of a racist, and even if they're worse, they can't even do in my mind, they can't do Donald Trump right at all, because they keep on talking about some of these. This is not about that. This is about us. I want to keep it on us. Uh, so Kamala, presumptive. presumptive, not even presumptive. They're supposed to be the official um, nominated um, Democratic presidential candidate for the DNC. Yesterday we was talking. I was well the day before yesterday. There was doubt that where they didn't exist any evidence at that point that um, Barack Obama was going to you know I guess not, but what they call that, get behind Kamala, and then also Nancy Pelosi also. But I guess the following morning came out that yes, she's going to be the Dem and Barack Obama and Pelosi supports her. That's what the news story was. So it's like, okay, well, you know, there's still people that didn't support it, still had general um and very, I guess from their perspective, from other people's perspective, valid reasons to have a disdain for Kamala Harris due to her politics in California. And now, yeah, she managed to weasel her way into the White House from the mind. Managed She accomplished the way. Let me say it both ways. She managed to reach the accomplishment of entering the White House as the highest lady of color ever appointed to, and really the highest lady ever appointed to the position in which she's in. For the next 2 or 3 years, it wasn't that that this was somebody in which they rallied and they had the campaigns. She black like me, um now I don't know why they dusted off the thing where they say I'm with her. The Hillary Clinton thing. The Hillary Clinton thing didn't work for her, and I guess that brings me to also that's bringing me closer to what I'm talking about because y'all come on here sometimes. Y'all see some of the stuff I post. It just doesn't seem um is this real black? Is this real? Is this beauty of black relationships, man? It's beauty in the ugly. The only thing about it is that beauty that is not always something that experienced is in pleasure. Should something that ends up leaving a pleasurable experience at all times. I mean, you might see the most, even the Black Widow spider, that red mark on the bulb of it. That's captivating. The scales on a poisonous snake, a black mama. It's black and shiny, but that's beautiful. But you don't want to play with it, brother. Unitas, what's happening? But the thing I see is like, okay, so now it's the black woman. You realize now they didn't put the chucks and the pearls back up in their pictures and stuff like that. And okay. In my mind, I mean, even it's a hope for them, and that's fine. Everybody should have a little hope, and hope rings eternal. You never know what's gonna happen in certain situations. Uh I don't necessarily think that she's gonna be successful, but you never know. So it's like, okay, we have the people that had the same, like myself, the same research that I did when she ran for president the first time. I still have the same, same arguments and stuff. Like she came out flatly said to black people, "You think we're going to make any legislation to do something, anything in particular and specifically for black people?" No. But then they came in, well, they was picking on the Asians cause of COVID, so we need something for the Asians. They went in, and when they had the little meeting, Joe Biden got agitated, told the black people in the room, including Al Sharpton, I imagine whoever else, Kamala should have been there. Y'all gonna have to learn to work with the Hispanics. And then, I guess maybe a year or so, a little bit long, not even a year, necessarily a year or so, because what they did was is that, the sanctuary of America opened up, and so the sanctuary of America opened up so wide that Kamala Harris had to come out and say, "Don't come." You just stop coming. We're sorry that we misled y'all to think that it was gonna be like this, but it ain't really like that. But we can't really come out and say that it shouldn't be like that. United States facts. Just because it's beautiful doesn't mean that you should play with it. Look at the animals that hypnotize their prey before they demolish them. Admire them from afar. If that's my way of thinking. Exactly. Even just something that's kind of, just recently I saw I think it was an Asian lady messing around with them Englishmen's horses and shit. That motherfucker bit the shit out their horses. And the sign is right there. You just gonna sit there while the sign right there. But let me not get off what I was on. So we know that some of us know these things about her, but some of you also have, that you have a inherent solidarity with things that may not necessarily with people, places, and things that may not necessarily have your best interests at heart. It's easy for you all to say this about certain people, certain black people that I guess I don't even want to say black to put on black males because it's black females that support Trump too. Um, the same thing that y'all point fingers at other people of doing, you do the same type of shit. Uh, to where you allow something that's just so ridiculous, ride with something that's so ridiculous that it appears as some type of delusion or derangement. But the thing that got me about this thing today, oh my, and it started out for me early, and then it's like, because I know the playbook, and I pretty much had experienced it dealing with the folks when she ran for president the last time was vice president. I knew it was going to turn into a gender war, a gender dispute, a gender back and forth. And the reason, because and that's part of the reason why I said non-player character, non-player character, because all the game did was change, and the black people just adopted the same familiar position they knew that they had adopted before. Where it's like, okay, them people tell y'all that y'all Negro male ain't got no better sense about himself, especially you talking favorable about Trump. We told y'all that he was a super racist, even though all these years that he was making these billions of dollars, and we was upholding him as a business. Huh, I don't know if I say genius. I dare say the business legend. The man had games and hotels and shit like that. But I witnessed today, right? I said, y'all haven't seen this woman. What is it that she has done specifically and solely? Because it's black females, black women that are holding up the mantle for her, and they're posting pictures of her wearing superhero uniforms and standing next to Lady Liberty, huddled up with Martin Luther King, Barack Obama. I'm like, well, that's interesting. But that's how some people feel, and that's their opinion. But the thing that gets me about it is how we tend to take these things, and it's not necessarily that we woke up this morning, let me find somebody to argue with about Kamala Harris. It's like, and I said it before, and it's common sense. It's no, in a way, it's no longer like that the man doing this to us. Once you realize what the plan is and how it goes, all they're doing is utilizing predictive behavior. They know what you're gonna do. They know how you're gonna react. They know what pushes your buttons. They know what little breadcrumbs to drop to get the naive and gullible heads turning and pursuing nothingness while misdirecting themselves from something that should be better for their best interest and their people's best interest. Because I say that I just, whenever I talk about politicians, well, what they done for niggas. Oh, this is bigger than that. We're trying to save the democracy. Man, I don't give a fuck about, man. We didn't had a democracy since my ancestors was taking lashes to the ass. What the fuck you mean? The democracy. We got to protect the democracy, Donald Trump and all the other good old boys who always hollering about America. We got to protect them. Them motherfuckers love. I thought they loved America most of all as patriots. I find, but hey, man, I don't know, United. What you think, brother? Yeah, it turned it today, man. I had to lay down low because I'm just talking in general to this to she's a very affluent. She makes a whole lot of money. She said she make Republican money. That's what she said on one of her comments, and she said that and it was my one of another one of my partners, Skeeter. Happy belated birthday to my nigga Skeeter. Uh, we was just having general discussions about her records and just trying to figure out, okay, what y'all getting excited about this, but up to this point, even though she's second in command, and they saw that Biden was losing his goddamn mind, almost calling people out their name, other names and shit like that, falling every goddamn where, catching COVID more than any, the person that was supposed to save America. I'm getting on positive. Save America from COVID. Seemingly caught the most cases of the COVID. Then whatever. But Kamala Harris and the good old black male and the good old black female. And I'm not gonna lie with G's, they said that the black males raised a whole lot of money for Kamala, and along with some black females. And today I've read criticism and disdain against Kamala Harris, as well as I've read cheers and accolades, and I guess those are more of 10 cheers of kinship from their mind, as opposed because like I said, she went to HBCU and she was in one of those good organizations. So there seems to be there's a hmm, the plantation only got bigger. So it's certain they train buffer niggas, buffer Negroes, over not they can't be overseer. They straw bosses, where they are given unofficial overseer duties, but they have to check with a real overseer in order to actually have something substantially changed, which is where where there's an element of displaying power. So we have this and it's been referred to as a buffer class. The junior overseer, the I guess what they call in the jailhouse the CO, is it they call it the CO? I mean that's the correction officer, but it's somebody uh that that be usually the motherfucker be mopping the floor and doing shit in the jail, but it'd be that person that looks like you, that has the melanin in you, that uh that I guess you see by the way that their actions are, they're not necessarily of your kind, of what type of kinship that you're on. But you know that don't matter to that upper tiers, really. We could say this is white folks, but that don't matter to the upper tiers, whether it be your Brahmin Indian folks, which I think that Mrs. Harris relates to, the Ashkenazi Jewish folks, in which I believe her husband relates to, and definitely the good old Irish Biden. Yeah, Biden. I think, but the Irish, good old Irish folks. Uh, is it Biden Irish? Whatever he is, she's a Caucasian from the Caucasus of the Caucasus Mountain, the Caucasus, and he's he's not um you know what could consider what he would, I guess, those people that he was considering when he said, if you don't vote for me, then you're not black. But are black people the non-playable characters? Is it easy for us to drop a Project 25? If I hear another person tell me about Project 25, so the fuck what? Don't you understand how government, and I mean not be pompous like my good old boule nigga friends are. There is a process, and I mean you could pick up a civics book or any old just asking, type in Google how are laws and legislation passed. Laws and legislation passed because the goddamn foundation wrote a 900-page essay about what they think, how they think it should go, and people that was on Trump's panel, they man. So again, so the fuck what? Uh, I thought that y'all people was in there to protect democracy. That's how you know this should be a show. In my mind, it's all political theater. But the thing about it is that even in the midst of this whole big showcase, is this political showcase. The nigga is still the Black American, the African American. The nigga is still just backstage. We know what they say. What they call them people? Background players. The people that's they may be outside the outside restaurant and be that speckle of nigga in the background, eating some toast and sipping on some tea or some shit. Y'all not in the front of nothing. Gee, I went to the event and at the Essence Festival when Kamala came there, I shook her hand and we took pictures. You see my pictures of me and Kamala. Uh, I don't understand what's wrong with those ignorant niggas that they don't care about their mothers and things like that because they couldn't care about their mother. They don't care about this woman that doesn't in my mind, like I said, I don't think I ever heard I'm a black woman. I'm a, these give us. I'm a strong black woman. If I come out and hear, man, I ain't gonna lie, cause she might fuck around and do it, cause the woman is selfless. I mean, I shouldn't say selfless. It's so nah. I'm not talking about y'all people, but I better not say I said. If she came out and said she a strong black woman, I might get up off my ass and go out there and vote for her. But from where I sit right now, I have no support. I have no faith or a strong belief that the system of government that has resided and presided over our people along the centuries and decades. You got to be making the demand for reparations. We gonna rally. Let's go. Man, let me turn this shit around. Hold on, my fault, baby, because I've been just talking. I don't know how I can hold it. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this. Okay, settings, camera. It's facing back. Let's see if we can do it like this. Hold on, baby. Oh, yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. Got my head on. Looking old and tired because I'm old and tired. But yeah, am I on? Yeah, I'm still on. But yeah, we had these folks. Well, now I mean, I'm still stick what I'm talking about. She tells me that we don't care about the black, about our sisters and our mothers and stuff like that. We never really faced police prosecution. I'm not as I sit here, I'm just to well damn, I done been through all that shit you talking about. I done been to motherfucking jail. I've been fucked with by police. I got a gang of female relatives that I absolutely love. And they know that when they need me or even if they don't necessarily need me, I need to be careful because I got my baby sister. I'm bogus. That's why I'm like and I'm in the doghouse with my baby sister. But yeah, for the most part, if it come down Grady right now, then Flay right now, Flay gonna be there. So when we get online and we have these discussions, and it's like really one of y'all favorites, one of the favorite terms of those who stand against what they call toxic masculinity is the term gaslighting. So what you do is okay. All I'm doing is having a talk with you about a politician that maybe you may know her since you know that she says she making Republican money. Maybe she doing. I don't know who these people know or what have you, but I do know the fact that they are supposed to be public servants. I don't idolize now one of them people. I don't owe Kamala Harris an ass kiss. Why is it like if I known you decades and decades You ready to come to my house or you can do something to me or whatever just because I'm talking about your favorite politician, somebody them people told you supposed to support. The same way they tell you who to hate is the same people, them people pop up out of nowhere. And here y'all go, oh, he's blue no matter who. Man, just like lemmings, non-player characters. And I say non-player because it's like, okay, a nigga like me, I'm not, if y'all like Kamala, fine. Y'all don't like Trump, fine. If y'all like Trump, fine. Y'all don't like Trump, fine. Fine. I come to y'all, I say, well, whatever person that you have tied, uh, your whatever wagon you didn't tied your ragged ass donkey to, when it comes to the African, well, I guess they fit in there somewhere, but we're gonna start with the bottom, with the day ones. When it comes to the indigenous Black American, and damn near was shit. If I've been in this motherfucker, if my people bloodline been here over 300 years, then damn, I feel as if, and I got to be careful with them feelings. I'm prone to believe that we're Black indigenous. The good old Plymouth Rock white folks, they'll say I'm a proud American. So why not? So we've been here alongside them people, and them folks that they misidentified as Indians, they're Americans as well. They call themselves indigenous natives. And even in the case with that, those are just one set of indigenous natives. We had the whole United States. Think about how many racial groups there are in America. In all the different types of states like that. It seems far-fetched for folks not to logically deduce that there may have been all types of races, not racist, races on this soil in ancient times, and we have nomadic cultures and things like that. But I'm getting off on what I'm talking about here. Uh, the non-player character, which is the Black American voter. Get your booty to the polls. Just any old fucking just slogan, the voter died. Your ancestor died. Yeah, my ancestors ain't died for no goddamn. There's nothing. Not to sit mint jubes at the lunch counter with them people and spend all our money with them people. We want our piece of the pie. And that was one of the saying. I mean, I'm older nigga. That's a saying I used to hear plenty of times. When the black folks gonna get their piece of the American pie? But we can't even have a discussion. We can't even have a discussion about the finer points, I guess, of a Kamala Harris, and the less than finer points of a command. She was real heavy on the prosecution, and she locked up a whole lot of folks, and from perspective, it seemed like she punched them heavy. Well, they shouldn't have done hit a bully for. But them folks should have obeyed crime. They shouldn't have been doing such things. But then today, I mean, this happened a while back, but I guess the news kind of broke today on it. A lady by the name of Massey I think her name is Sharon Massey, where she was in her kitchen, by a stove, and evidently a pot of water on the stove is just worthy of having bullet shots to the face. So while we're sitting here and rap tap tap tapping with all our passion and our righteous indignation and um self self-aggrandizement, and are looking down our snoots at those who have opposing political views and ideologies of ourselves. Ain't nothing changed. All y'all, the master don't give a damn about what is if this chicken's bickering, squawking in the yard. Just keep that shit in the yard, because that's really all it is. Y'all, like I said, it's a buffer class of people. And what I saw play out today, I mean, it's like, okay, this is that she's in this organization, and You know, they made sure to point it out because all they do, they pull out the same raggedy ass. I saw a video today where she had like 3 or 4 nigga records in her hand. Ooh, this is a classic. Everybody loves Sunshine. This is absolutely my favorite. Roy Ayers. And we don't not gonna sleep on Roy Ayers, but everybody loves the Sunshine. It ain't like you went and dug no abstract and just just unheard of black folks. You ain't dug up no confunction and no shit like that. You old enough to know about confunction, Cammy. But then the last time that I had tried to have these discussions with people, they tried some of my good mixed nigga friends. You know, they mixed with white folks. I mean, I don't know, somewhere along the line they mixed with white folks or whatever. They thought that I was trying to say that they wasn't black enough, and I'm like saying this woman has on uh Indian clothing, Brahmin clothing, sitting with stomp down Brahmin Indian folk from in their culture. I guess y'all might see her sitting well, damn, I guess at the step show. I guess her being at the step show is enough. Y'all see her a few times at these festivals. We ask you, okay, she all free. How dare it's like, well, you're a misogynist because you say this about you just don't uh respect women. Now it ain't got nothing to do with that, man. It really doesn't. Because once again we go back to the basic, and this should really be, and this is how it's more about the perception of status and those being in your club, and how no matter what that person that if that person is important enough, no matter what that person might have done to transgress against the niggas, the lower caste of the African Americans, the Negroes, the Black American folks, no matter what that particular person might have done to them, no matter how they may have disrespected them, you always have that buffer between. Act right, boy. You ain't got no better choice than kind Master Biden in its good devoted handmaiden Kamala Harris. Now Master sick. We sick, boss, and we need Mistress Cammy to step on up and represent for what she represents, and that's fine. Okay, fine. We ain't got to argue about it. We ain't got to go back and forth and squawk about this woman. And it ain't about respectability politics. It's just dumb and stupid. It's non-constructive. It don't benefit you know how. I can't talk, and I sit here and now because since the last election, I guess I guess not necessarily very careful, but I have a whole lot of people on my friends list because I went to, like I said, I went to HBCU. I went to Fisk University, and of course, that organization was there. But also, I have friends, other friends, and family members in the organization, and today they were posting up pictures and stuff like that. And as I scroll, and I'm seeing just they're pouring it on thick, and I want to slide something sick in and say something cynical, but I got the whole, it's like what why? What is that gonna do for me? What does that do for me arguing with a woman? Because it's more than likely as a woman. It's just going to get messy. And the today's modern male, they go in these comment sessions looking for a woman abroad to argue with and talk sassy with. So that's what really kind of exacerbated the way out the impact of it for me, because y'all already argo Kevin Samuels and niggas going on dates, popping balloons, and getting fired from their job, and just all kind of random goofball shit. But then you about the seriousness of the people until the goddamn Medea movie come out, and then you see how bad that Medea movie was. Such and such. Lupe Fiasco said he don't like the Kendrick Lamar about. Just goofball nonsense. What can you build out of that? How is that preparing you for the impending doom, the coming season of series closer of the United States of America? I'm not even gonna put it on the planet, because them Dubai motherfuckers that where y'all go and spend all y'all money at They doing just fine. That should look damn near halfway near like the Jetsons. Japan, they should damn near look halfway like the Jetsons. But we got money to go and help. Never mind. I'm gonna leave this alone. My point of coming in here saying is that we're just too the masses of and I said, and I wrote it in my title, the Black American voter, because is the majority of, clearly, I guess, if you go statistically by voter, the majority of Black Americans are Democrats. And I guess that was a whole lot of practice that was taking place. You know, the man said, if I sign this legislation law, I had them niggas vote for me for the next 100 years. So it's going strong. It's going strong, even though, you know, them what you talking about, the Dixiecrats, they was different when they was the Dixiecrats. They switched sides. You know, one of them woke up this morning and said, let me go over here because that's less racist over there. And then one other side, well, since I've been over here all this time, let me go over here because I feel like I want to be more racist. And they tell you, you know, one party says you on that plantation, and they right. And the other party tells you them people mean your doom, and they right too. But somehow, you know, hell, non-player characters. They tell you, if Master ain't tell you what to think, you wouldn't know what to do with yourself, wouldn't you? He ain't tell you what to buy, what you're supposed to want, need, how you supposed to feel, how you supposed to think, what you supposed to put your energy and your best regards into, what you not supposed to put your energy into. I don't know. Non-playable characters, you know. I'm not gonna do the voice. I'm gonna have a sandwich. Let's go get fish sandwich. Rally. Election rally. Fish sandwich. Fish sandwich. Shit's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean it you know, it seemed like to me, and even in the course, like I said, I don't necessarily need nobody to identify what this and that is. If I identified that I was slow and dumb and not comprehending a certain type of topic, if I want to stand in the paint, chest to chest, and indignance, have a discussion with somebody about it, I better go about the way of learning about it. But even if that person in which I'm having the discussion with knows more than me and seems to be countering whatever points I may make without insulting me, then you just have to eat that. Okay, we agree to disagree and get the fuck on, man. I had this weirdo, and that's why I say I'm not going to do this with y'all, man. I come on make these videos and my little observations or whatever. I'm not spending my goddamn day typing back and forth to a mob who can't tell me what somebody, why they kissing the ass so much. What are they getting out of it? When I say what you getting out, you should come out quick. Da 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 da. Student loan forgiveness. Okay, fine. Okay, you got your student loan forgiveness, but a whole lot of these niggas clearly ain't went to no higher education to get nothing. So hey, you know, I'm not gonna y'all not gonna make me that stereotype. I'm not gonna be part of that show for the edification and entertainment of them other folks. Look at the niggers fighting over us. Yay. I'm just saying, man. All you gotta do is follow evidence of what it means. Well, maybe not all, because some of y'all don't know how to follow evidence clearly. Because all this shit about, you know, they just suppose a lot of people just keeping it basic. Look at her and Montel Jordan and other brother. My girl got a girlfriend. Montel was like, my girl got a girlfriend. He got Cammy on one arm. He got another high yellow princess on the other arm in the 80s. So, you know, he felt like he was walking on air. And really, he was one of them preferred Negro folks at the time. But that's a whole other topic. Well, I guess that kind of sticks with it too, because then you have the influencers, the influencer niggas that's supposed to be handpicked to tell you that the authorities of what your black ass supposed to be thinking, because they blackity too. You see, you know, they make you laugh, they rap for you, so you know they supposed to be your spokespeople. They acting movies, but y'all can't, you know, can't nobody think of nothing. to say, well, shoot, if they sent you here to fuck with me about them, I want you to take this back to them and fuck with them about this. But we supposed to pray just cause this person is part of your organization. This person went to this particular type of school. This person is of this particular gender. We supposed to bow down to something that we know that if at the worst don't mean shit for us, but then at the absolute worst, uh, just lay down while the absolute worst be done to us. So I say it's almost so for Black Americans. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to hear you in a little while. You ain't gonna be able to hear my voice, whether it be by natural causes, or whether the fact that the series closing of the United States of America by way of its democratic leadership. Man, nobody talking about Project 24. Nobody talking about no fucking bricks. Why ain't y'all talking about bricks? Where the money gonna be trashed. The money ain't gonna be worth nothing. So all that shit them white folks telling all the directive and order that the Heritage Foundation is dropping down as if they're able to just pass what they wrote on a piece of paper as law. They ain't got to go through Congress and go through the all same politicians, which y'all kissing the ass folks thinking they supposed to be your hero. You mean to tell me when this Heritage Foundation, cause hell, you don't raise $81 million in 24 hours, because really she did raise in 24 hours. They had the money for Biden already, they just didn't want to spend it on Biden. You mean to tell me you can get this much money quickly as your party, and you supposed to, we always had the niggas folks' best interest. We almost had the black folks' best interest in mind. Y'all can come up with this money this fast for this. Meanwhile, eggs $4. I always talk about eggs and I'll be on my last. Meanwhile, eggs is $4. Gas is damn near $4. Well, gas in some places is over $4.50 where I live. I saw some at $4.19, and I guess I'm supposed to feel gleeful of that little grace and sense. But the president ain't got nothing to do with that. The president over there fucking around with Russia. Russia and them got hands in oil. Russia got friendly allies. Them allies is tired of being ran by the edict of the petrodollar. So they say, fuck, we about to just go our own way, I guess you could say. So what are they gonna do when they go what are we supposed to do when they go their own way? Drill baby drill. Is that we gonna go back to that, right? I don't know. I appreciate the United, man. I'm a raise up off of, because really all it was about, I was pissed like that's not my feelings weren't that strong. I was disappointed. I was like their old granddad. I was just so disappointed in the guys today. They were the guys and the gals. They were just going back and forth about the dumbest of shit and just holding it down and thinking that they really, and some of the folks that are, and I can understand it, because I guess when you get to the mind where your mind is captive and you think that something that hasn't proven itself to be your redeemer, your no, what's the word I'm looking for? What's that thing? It starts with an R, but I can't think of the word right now. But the person that freed you, I guess redeem is the same thing, but that seems to be different. But you look at these people as if they are those people that are going to rescue you, and they haven't proven any evidence of doing so. Look, we got more jobs. We do more jobs. We got more jobs, but we got more people, and then them people, nobody in the crowd is going to ask, well, Kamala, during the time that you were sitting underneath the kind master Joe Biden, there were countless amount of immigrants coming in, and most of them were military age men. So hell, we talk about this deadbeat dads and ne'er-do-well niggas all around our neighborhoods, but y'all was able to give these folks that just came over in the name of sanctuary thousands of dollars, a place to stay, and whatever. What kind of is that? Maybe that's just too much for the man over there. If it came down, maybe back in when they talked about how welfare came in the household, maybe there was some type of plan with hell. This is for the mama and the family, but we gonna allot this for Pappy, so we can go get him some type of education or do something to where he can bring some money. He gets learn some work for skills type of shit. That's policy. That's policy where you ain't feeling like, okay, we just giving y'all shit away, because really in fact they're not giving shit away in the first place. The shit that they call entitlements is nothing more than taxes that were paid into them. Your government is, well, I guess in a way it is business. It's a corporation. Most of the income that your government makes comes from the citizens themselves. Project 25, Social Security has long been um, threatened to be insolvent, and I, maybe not when I'm getting close, but I don't, maybe I may not make it to my last day, but I'd gamble that it will, but at some point it's not going to be able to make it. So that's why it comes up frequently as a topic of discussion, because that's a polarizing topic on Capitol Hill. But I'm going too far off into it. Stay out of the middle of them people business, man. You ain't getting none out of them, other than the fact that you might go to work with your I voted sticker on and your cami t-shirts on with your pink shirts and green skirts and white pearls and white Mary Jane shoes, or whatever the fuck, the pumps, whatever the fuck, that shit. 'Cause, I ain't never. No, that's real shit. I ain't never seen noun organization, black organization that goes from motherfucking Masons, whatever. And if a black man speaking his mind is something worthy that y'all want to kill a nigga over, then fuck y'all in the first place. But I've never seen none of those organizations by way of department store, by way of factory, by way of a hotel, hospital, none of that shit. And y'all got the nerve to talk down to the nigga folks in the bottom. They just fronting y'all niggas off. Like they told Rich. They just fronting y'all niggas off. Plies, they just front your black ass. Charlie Crowley, they just front your black ass off. Common, they just front your black ass off. DL Hughley, yo bitch ass man. They just front your ass off, nigga. We know what it is. We know that they don't pay us. That's just why he got to be being paid. That might be just his political reason. He feels real strongly about the American people. Them niggas ain't never gave a goddamn about whatever. Peace and love. Just something I was thinking about, man. Don't put on a show. Why y'all got to put on a show and don't get paid for? If you're gonna put on a guy, you get some of them people like the Joy Reeds and the Don Lemons and the Roland Martins. They get a little what's the word I'm looking for? Shekels. They get a few shekels for dancing and tap dancing with the establishment. So they not like you. You just doing it for free. I guess yeah. And when y'all get online, argue with me, report my page, talk about shit. You said this, that's so mean that you say that. All I ask y'all to do is say whatever I didn't put up that makes you feel offended. Tell me how it's wrong. I mean, I can acquiesce opinion versus fact and fiction, but you know, don't hate me, don't block me, don't. I mean, if you're gonna block me, I understand, but don't presume an air of like you're higher than or greater than me, because hell, motherfucker, I know who you is. I know who you was. Okay, you done grown up and did this, that, and the third, but I didn't shit. I heard, I know what you did for a Klondike bar, you bitch ass motherfucker. But too much cussing, nigga nation or nothing. Peace and love. Appreciate you, United. Thanks, man, for coming through, my nigga.